Hi there, this is Mark Wilbur at tushua.com, and this is Phonics Friday number 5, where we learn to help our students with phonics so they can spell things better, and more importantly, so they train their ears and can understand more of the sounds in English, which will make them better at pronouncing English and have an easier time differentiating between words, picking up vocabulary, not getting laughed at when they talk to real native English speakers, and so forth. Usually, I cover more of the sounds side of things, but this time is just going to be a spelling pattern. Question for today is, when do you have to use two S's when you're spelling a word? Like say the word pass, and when can you use, or when should you use one S? For example, the word rest. What's the difference? How can we tell? Let's get to it. As usual, I'll give you a bunch of examples and let you try to guess the rule or the pattern on your own. Haste has one S. Pass has two S's. Messy has two S's. Harness has two S's. Nest has one S. Let me give you some more space there. Jester has one S. Lost has one S. Loss has two S's. Nest has two S's. Post has one S. Seeing a pattern there? It's different than the pattern for L versus LL that I taught last time. If you remember, L is determined by whether if the vowel before it is long or short. So if you've got fill, that's a short vowel, two L's. Fell, short vowel, two L's. Mill, mall, same deal. If you've got a long vowel like feel or full or what's another good one? Jail or nail. All of those are one L. So long vowel, one L, short vowel, two L's. That doesn't work for the S's. Pass is a short vowel, two S's. Haste is a long vowel. Actually, I haven't taught that pattern yet, but it's a long vowel and it's one S. Well, messy is a short vowel, two S's, but lost is a short vowel, one S. The important thing in this one is where does the S appear in the syllable? Not the whole word, but the syllable. So in the case of messy, just look at mess. The S sound is at the end. Since it's at the end, we use two S's. Harness has an S sound at the end. Loss has the S sound at the end. Now if it comes before another consonant, like lost, you just use one. So pass, you've got the S at the end, one S. Past, you've got the S in the middle, one S. Sip, it's at the beginning, one S. So the basic rule is use one S for S sounds at the beginning or middle. Usually use two S's for S sounds at the end of a syllable. But there's an exception, of course, and that's when you add an S sound for grammar, or for grammatical reasons, like one toy versus two toys. Well, the S is at the end of the syllable, but we only write one S. And it's the same thing for a conjugated verb. That conjugated verb, like I hit, he hits, run, runs. So, but you only add one S for conjugated verbs or plural nouns. Okay, that's basically it. I would also add that I didn't mention this rule for the L's, but this actually does apply for the L's as well. For example, felt is it's a short vowel, but it's got a T after it, so we only use one L. Anytime you see yourself spelling something like LLT or SST, you know that you don't need to double the consonant before the T. All right, that's it for today. Okay, well, I hope that was something educational for you. I know when I first went abroad, I sure didn't know this stuff. Obviously I had been using English my whole life, but I never really thought about, like when do you use one S, when do you use two S's, because I was a pretty bad speller as a grade school student, and then I just read a lot and kind of got better. But in any case, in my school that I was the co-owner of and wrote the curriculum for and trained all the teachers and so forth. For students who had gone through just the things that I've taught in these phonics rules or phonics patterns 1 through 5, they were, I was able to give them fairly difficult oral spelling tests. And by oral spelling test, I mean I'd give them a test in class on words they had never learned before. Like, if they've never heard the word bell or the word bail, I would tell them spell bell, spell bail, spell 10 words or so, and I would give them long vowels, short vowels, only one syllable words at this point because I haven't taught that the Y endings. I suppose I could ask a word like backer or something because I taught the ER. And I might do like one hard word like that, and then the other 9 words, one syllable. And the criteria for getting a word right is just that it's phonetic. So if the word is poke and they spell P-O-K-E, good. If they spell P-O-A-K, also good, because they've never heard the word before and they're just training their ears to recognize English. On those criteria, it took I required 50% of the words to be right, and about 80% of the class could pass this in under a month. Just 1 month before, they struggled with how are you. They could not hear the difference between like fell and fill, or between met and mate. And at this point, all of them could hear some of it, and most of them could get more than half the words completely right, and some of the students would be getting all of it right, and all of the students made huge improvements in their listening comprehension and their longer term, their accents. Adding this was like one of the best things I did for my students. Doesn't work in every system, I know, but I hope this is useful for some teachers. And even if you can't use the same system, just being aware of this stuff is still kind of useful, because I mean, I don't know about you, but my students, I mean, sometimes I would see them like away from the school, like I'm at the tea shop getting some, just getting a green tea or something, and I'd see a student, he's like, hey, I saw this word the other day, like, why does it have 2 S's in it instead of 1? Anyway, good luck all, and as usual, if this is useful, please, please like it on Facebook or tweet it or whatever, and I will see you next time and have stuff that's actually related to phonics instead of just spelling patterns.